bro, I'm sorry. Okay, one second, gentlemen. All right, just chill out, Al. Just, Al, hang out for a second. He's here. I'm going to address it now. We'll fix this, buddy. All right, gentlemen, that was big, little Al. The wiener, formerly known as Big Al, which is actually now Little Al because of some of the things you've been doing wrong. Let me be crystal clear. There are things that you are doing that are making it smaller than it should be. Guys, today we're going to go over them. We're also, at the end of the video, going to go over some natural ways for you to make Big Al great again. Hold on. That would be an amazing t-shirt, right? Little merch, right? Making Big Al great again. Maybe a red hat. So if you're ready, gentlemen, to make Big Al great again, why don't you drop me one of these? Be like, yo, Al, hang on a second, little buddy. Alpha's here. He's hooking us up. So the first thing it's making it smaller, gentlemen, you're not using it enough. You've all heard the term use it or lose it. Well, this definitely correlates to Al. Think of Al as a muscle, right? And with any muscle, you gotta work it out, right? You gotta lift weights in order to tone the bone. Just like your biceps, the more you work it, the harder and toner and more amazing it gets. But if you're not using it for whatever reason, whether or not it's ED or you're celibate or you're just like, yo, I'm not interested and you're never getting erections, this can actually make everything smaller. And when you do actually get it, it's not actually gotten very good. Research has shown that if you are not routinely filling Big Al with blood, you're actually potentially risking it getting smaller over time because you gotta constantly work it in order to keep it big and strong, or else it's gonna get small. The second thing that we're gonna talk about is medications. There are certain medications that actually make it smaller. Now, here's the thing. Before I actually talk about the medications, you gotta promise me, if you're on them, you don't freak out and stop taking them, all right? You gotta go talk to your doctor about a potential alternative. First drug is Adderall. The drug that is used to treat attention deficit disorders has been shown to actually decrease the size. There are also some antipsychotic medications that have been shown to make it a little less grande. Also, some drugs that treat prostate enlargement. Finasteride, does that ring a bell? It should, because we've talked about it before. Because Finasteride is actually used to treat hair loss. Now, one of the things that you might not have known or realize is that Finasteride was originally developed for enlarged prostates. What they found is that dudes that actually were getting treated for prostate were regrowing their hair. So like, wait a second, is there a correlation? And apparently there was. Now, one thing you also need to understand is that the milligram dosage for treating hair loss and prostate is different, all right? Typically, for hair loss, it's gonna be about 1 milligram. Prostate could be 3 to 5. The third thing that's potentially making it muy pequeño is smoking cigarettes or weed. I actually don't know. I just wanted to freak you out because I know a lot of you are stoners. All right, so here's the deal. I haven't seen the research about weed, but I have seen it about cigarettes. Smoking cigarettes is quite possibly one of the worst things that you can do for your body, but it's also one of the things that's gonna make it a little bit smaller. The reason is because it's restricting blood flow. In order for your junk to be jacked, you gotta make sure that everything is flowing fine, but when you're actually smoking, some of the chemicals are actually making all the blood vessels. You constrict blood vessels, you're not getting as much blood flow. Not as much blood flow makes it smaller. The fourth thing that's making your weenie teeny is tight underwear. Boom! Gentlemen, remember, it's all about blood flow maximization. And research has shown that if you're wearing undies that are super tight and packed into your pants, gentlemen, you are constricting everything. Not only is wearing like super tight underwear making your weenie teeny, it's also making your boys less virile and masculine and fertile. The other reason why it's critical that you don't wear underwear that are too tight is because your balls will stink. So just think about that for a second. Tight underwear responsible for 3 things, right? Number 1 is your weenie is gonna be teeny. The second thing is that you're gonna kill all your sperm. And the third thing is that you're gonna kill your game because your balls are gonna stink. So what are you gonna do, gentlemen? I'll tell you what you're gonna do. You're gonna hit that special link down below and go check out today's video sponsor, Sheath. Sheath underwear are the greatest underwear in the history of underwear. I am not just a paid endorser, I am also a customer, gentlemen. The fact is, I've been rocking Sheath now for about a year, and I will never go back to regular drawers. As if you haven't tried a pair of Sheath underwear yet, you and your boys and Big Al are definitely missing out. And the reason is because there is nothing like this on the market. And you're like, yo, they're underwear. Why are they special? Let me actually show you why they're special inside. It's all about separating a Big Al from the twins. The way that you use them, guys, see that little pouch right there? What do you think happens? Exactly. You put your testicles in there, and then you put your penis through there, and it ends up in the front pouch. Now, you're probably thinking the same thing I thought. There's no way that's comfortable. It's too weird separating everything. Gentlemen, not only is it more comfortable, it keeps you drier, it also makes you look gigantic. So like most great inventions, Sheath was developed out of necessity, all right? The owner, Robert, who I met at at the Men Influential Conference who is an incredible dude. He was a soldier, right? He was over in the desert with all this like heavy gear on. He's walking around and he's getting super hot and chafed, and he thought to himself, wait a second, there's got to be a better way. If I can separate the twig from the berries, I'm going to stay cooler. I'm also not going to get chafed. Man, testicle scientist, he starts like cutting up like socks and getting strings, and what he ended up doing is developing a concept that he actually later had developed. Guys, Sheath is next level, and you have to try it. I'm telling you guys, once you actually try a pair of Sheath underwear, you are never going to want to pack yourself into a regular pair of underwear again, because this is not only going to keep you drier, it's going to separate everything, making it more comfortable. It also, like I said, makes you look gigantic. Not only is Sheath an incredible product, they're an amazing company, incredible customer service, not to mention the owner, Robert, is all about giving back. They support homeless shelters, the mentally ill, physically disabled. Guys, they are a great company, but the bottom line, the product is incredible. Guys, it's time to upgrade your underwear game. You gotta try a pair of Sheath. These things are not only crazy comfortable, they're gonna keep you drier, they're gonna keep you fresher, and they're gonna make it look gigantic. Guys, right now, there's a link down below. There's also a limited time special offer, 20% off your entire order. What I'd recommend, guys, go check them out. They've got a ton of different super sexy colors, different styles that you are gonna love. Fabric is just like crazy, super soft and sexy when you put them on. They just feel and fit amazing. Guys, hit the link down below. Use that discount code, 20% off, limited time. Do not wait. And even if you don't buy like 10, buy one, try it. It's different, it's better, you're gonna love it. And Big Al's gonna be like, yo, where you been my whole life? The fifth reason is probably the most common and one that you could potentially fix like super easy if you just actually stopped like eating like crap and started exercising, which is you're gaining weight. So think of it like this. This is your wiener. This is your body. As you gain fat, look what happens. It pushes out, right? Because that bad boy is attached to your pubic bone. It doesn't grow with you. It's one length, right? And as you gain fat, it gets little bitty. But as you lose weight, right, because you started eating better or exercising or a combination of both, it gets gigantic. Exercise, getting that blood flowing, is also another way for you to keep it super strong and in charge. And the reason is because of blood flow. Gentlemen, if you're working out, exercising, your blood, it starts pumping. It's also going to help pump down to there so you can pump longer, harder, bigger, stronger. The sixth reason, it's getting smaller, we're going to talk about before I talk about some natural ways for you to make it boom, jacked exactly, is what is called Peyronie's disease. So Peyronie's disease, some of you may or may not have heard of it. Basically, it's like scar tissue, fibrous tissue that actually forms in your penis, making it like curved, right? It can curve in all different directions. Some research has actually shown that like 23% of men between the ages of like 40 and 70 suffer from Peyronie's disease. They say that the situation could be much larger than that because a lot of guys don't actually talk about it because it's embarrassing. There are treatment options available, guys. So if you are experiencing any type of like painful erections or it's curved or getting smaller like that way, you definitely need to go in and see a doctor because they can help you fix it to make sure that it is big, bold, and beautiful once again. Speaking of big, bold, and beautiful once again, gentlemen, now let's talk about a few natural ways for you to make it as big, bold, and beautiful as possible. The first way for you to make it bigger, better, and more amazing is the amino acid L-arginine. Now, L-arginine I've talked about. L-arginine is a natural supplement that actually improves and increases blood flow. True story, when I started taking L-arginine, one of the things I noticed is that I started to get like really veiny and vascular, like on my arms and my shoulders, right? I was like, damn, that's pretty awesome. But I also noticed that my junk got like super like good, like when I was like good. Citrulline is another amino acid, but this one's a little different, but it's still pretty cool. Your kidneys actually convert it to L-arginine, also nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is amazing in terms of helping your blood vessels dilate and relax. Yo, Hemby, what? Yeah, yo, Hemby, you guys have all heard about this. This is from like the bark of like an African tree. Hemby's been helping dudes like get better, bigger, stronger ones like for years, right? And all sorts of crazy old sassy senoritas being like, oh, daddy, I didn't think you could actually do it anymore. And old boys were like, yo, whatever. I got Yo Hemby, which is helping it be big, strong, and help me get that shit up. Vitamin D. Did you know what D stood for? It doesn't stand for that, but the fact is, it does definitely help it stand at attention better if you're not deficient. Research has shown that if you are deficient in vitamin D, you are going going to have a harder time having a harder time. And that, gentlemen, is where I'm going to wrap things up. If you dug this video, gentlemen, drop me one of these and be like, yo, I didn't realize I was doing some things potentially that were making Big Al Little Al. Gentlemen, Big Al doesn't want to be Little Al. Big Al wants to be Big Al.